Everybody's been missed. I feel like maybe it didn't catch the very beginning of this, but we'll see when the video comes out. Again, me here doing another recipe for He's Got a Knife. I like that. I really enjoy telling people my cooking show is called He's Got a Knife. It's been a bit. I know I keep saying but it's been a bit. I had my in-laws in town, so I didn't get a chance to put up any content for a week. But I believe you guys already received the last episode from my Black Gamers United challenge. Again, thank you everybody over there for all the support. For all the support. As it goes with my dieting and weight loss, I am down to 307 was the last, starting from 377. So that's been quite a bit of a run. I'm kind of at a stall, but I'm going to keep going at it, and signed up at a couple of gyms here. What else do I got for you? Today's recipe, we're going to be doing poke. If you've never been to Hawaii, which I have not, this is a dish local to there. It usually consists of raw fish and rice, marinated raw fish and rice. A lot like a bold version of a piece of sushi. Anyway, this is going to be pretty quick. I prepped up a lot of the stuff ahead of time, which is so not me. But because there's not a lot of actual cooking to this dish, I kind of saved all you guys from the boring of me putting stuff in the oven for 30 minutes and just kind of made the stuff prepped up already. So this recipe is going to be short and sweet. This is actually a really good on-the-fly recipe, especially if you've got some leftover rice from when you ate at a Asian restaurant, if you will, or even in general. Just it is easy. It's quick. You really don't have to cook for it. I'm going to use two different variations, though. I'm going to do tuna poke, and I'm going to do Action Bronson's golden beet poke, which is something I fell in love with the second I saw it and tried it and was just wowed. All right, so let's get started. I'm actually only going to use one camera today because, again, it's not like I'm cooking. I'm just assembling stuff together. So here we go. Let me put this chair up and get moving. Also, I've lost my apron. I have no idea where it's at in the house. Somebody stole my apron and has washed it and didn't put it back where it goes. So, boo on them. Blame it on my wife. Grab me some gloves. You guys know what I mean. I say no gloves, no love. Let's see here. Get my gloves on. Again, this is a super easy recipe. Not much to it. The only big part about it is marinating, which we are going to do right here. So, let's get our stuff together first. The most annoying part of prep is this ginger. Ginger is annoying. Let's get, where's my, there we go. A peeler here. Yeah. Peel the skin off this ginger. I'm going to use quite a bit of this ginger because I have to use one for the beets and one for the tuna. No cross-contamination, right, Chef Dan's? I got to make sure that everybody is healthy and safe. I teach proper kitchen techniques. All right, let's get this last bit of skin off. You could also do this with a spoon, but I just find it easier to use a peeler instead. Get this out of the way. All right. First things first. I need to microplane a bunch of this stuff, a bunch of this ginger. So here we go. Let me see if I can get this money shot a little better. Microplane. One mic check. 1 2 1 2. If you don't have a microplane, you can use a shredder. If you don't have a shredder, I guess you could just finely chop it up and mince it. Or you could use a, I don't know if you could use a mortar and pestle and get away with this. Ginger's pretty fibrous. I hope everybody had a great Easter weekend. While I was away, I also had a birthday, and one of my good friends, one of my best friends, who runs the Borderless Gaming Network, Raymond Falchion, he had a birthday. And then another one of my friends, who I just mentioned, Chef Dan's, also had a birthday. It's just an Aries kind of situation going on this channel, and I want to say thank you to both of them. I love them very much, and appreciate having them for friends for so long. You know, without them, none of this is possible, and I always need their words of encouragement and voice of reason when I'm going a little insane. Let's go ahead and get some more of this. So yeah, I didn't do anything crazy for Easter. Like I said, had my in-laws here. I live in Minnesota, so they all went to the Mall of America while I sat on the couch watching YouTube videos. Fortunate enough, COVID restrictions kind of eased up, and they were able to make it into Nickelodeon land and have a blast. All right. That should be enough ginger there. Boop. Should be enough ginger for two. I'm going to take another bowl, split this ginger in half. Yeah. This is the poke base. Very simple. Which is soy sauce, ginger. I'm using actually tamari in this recipe. If you are gluten sensitive, tamari is a good alternative to soy sauce. But if you have soy sauce, just use soy sauce. I prefer soy sauce. So I just happen to have a bunch of tamari left over. Sesame oil. Things I learned about sesame oil, it can go bad. So you kind of got to make sure you're up to spec on that. All right, we're going to add a little bit of heat to it. Not a whole lot of heat, just a tiny bit, which is Aleppo pepper. This was Chef John from Food Wishes' idea to add that in. Then we're going to add some toasted sesame seeds. Yeah. And next, this is my tuna base. I'm going to add some scallions. There we go. A little bit of scallions. Oh, and I almost forgot. Add a little bit of heat, sweetness to it. So this is just a little bit of sugar. Preferable if you use cane sugar. Now we're just going to mix this up. Let that hang for a second. Next part, super easy. The tuna. All right, it's best that you go ahead and get your tuna from the meat section, your butcher section. I live in the Midwest, so it's hard to get sushi grade tuna. But then again, this is supposed to be a cheap eat. If you lived in Hawaii, you would have access to high grade tuna all the time. Let's see here. So I understand that situation. But with as much marinade and everything you're putting into this, I'm not saying use a poor cut of tuna, but don't be overtly concerned about your tuna quality, if you will. So we're just going to cube this up. Make sure you dry out your tuna. Make sure that you get all the moisture out of it. Put that in our marinade. I got another piece of tuna here. All right. So we're just going to incorporate that into our bowl of marinade here. Make sure everything gets coated. Yeah. Make sure all those spices get together and love one another and hug one another and be friends with one another. It's going to be good stuff, I promise. Uh-oh. I dropped a piece of tuna. The dog is going to get it. I know he is. Zeus is coming for it. He's snoring right now, but he will. You guys might hear him sometimes in the background, him snoring. All right. Now we're just going to cover this with some plastic wrap and let this sit in the fridge to kind of soak up. Let me grab this piece of tuna off the floor before Zeus gets it. For anybody that doesn't know, Zeus is my English bulldog. Oh, piece of tuna got missed. Get in there. Get in there, tuna. All right, let me get some press and seal. I want all that to just hang out, get to know one another. Yeah? Put this in the fridge. Whilst I get out my next component. And that's going to be golden beets. Now, for people that don't know, that's what a golden beet looks like. Okay? It's starting to become very popular out here in my area. And I don't know if it's because of Action Bronson, but I often have to fight little ladies off to get my golden beets for this recipe. So usually they come in packs of 3. You can sometimes find them closer to the organic section than the regular produce sections. I know Whole Foods carries them and stuff like that. So, but these are they. Anywho, when I prepare these, I cut the top, yeah, and trim the bottom. Then I use my peeler to peel the outer skin off. Cube it up. Put it in the oven at 400 degrees with a little bit of oil. You just want these fork soft, meaning is you can put a fork in it and it goes all the way through with very little resistance. And they come out looking like that. Yeah. Let's see if it focuses really well. Okay. So this one we're going to add a little bit more variety to. Set that aside. We got our next bowl. We're going to put in our ginger. Same similar base, except for I'm going to add a little bit more pizzazz to this one. All right, so we're going with our soy. Going with our sesame. Get out of there, little buddy. Little spatula. Our Hes sugar. Our Aleppo pepper. Really use whatever pepper you want. I actually like it with a little bit of a crushed red pepper, but I think I'm out, surprisingly. Our sesame seeds. Let's get this mixed up. Basically, want to just stir this until that sugar dissolves inside of the soy sauce. All right. Now, we are going to add our beets. You know, I was never a beet fan until I tried this. But then again, I had never had golden beets prior to having this. I always saw the red ones, and the red ones taste like dirt to me. And they're disgusting. Next part of this. Get a sweet onion. You got those Vidalias. One of the signature parts to this dish actually is the Hawaiian onion. Apparently the Hawaiian onion is a lot sweeter than standard onions. But since I don't live in Hawaii, that's never going to happen. So there's that. Just going to thin slice this. No, you know what? I didn't put my gloves back on. Here I am getting love with no gloves. So my hands don't smell horrible later on. All right, this one's almost done. Now I'm trying to stay as close to Mr. Action Bronson as I can. So, as well as the white onions, I'm going to use these green onions as well, as I massacre them with my knife. Trying to cut these at a bias. Gloves are a little long. Almost got some rubber in my poke. Put that in the mix. Also, we got some of the most loved and most hated herb in the culinary world, which is cilantro. Some people can take it, some people can't. Beep, 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 beep. Now let's mix this up. Oh, you know what? I realize. Let's see here. There we have it. Now let's plate. Get this fish back out of the fridge. Here I've got my rice. Grabbing 2 bowls here. I should have got those out and set them aside, but I didn't. For people that don't know how to cook rice, it's a 2-to-1. Yeah. 2 cups of water to 1 cup of rice. Always make sure you rinse your rice before you cook it. And take off my gloves here. What did I do with my spoon? Rinse my spoon off. I said this was going to be a short and sweet episode. Oh, you know what? I totally forgot one other thing. So, this is optional. I got some furikake here and some goma shio. All right, that can go on the rice for a little extra pizzazz. Pizzazz. Gotta make love to your food. Eating is visual as well as taste. If it doesn't look good, you won't eat it. I promise. All right, let's get these plated here. I got some of this here tuna. Make sure you get some of that juice in this. Rinse my spoon off. Next part is your beets. Get some of that juice, that marinade in there. Don't skimp out. And I'm going to finish this off with some heirloom tomatoes that I got here. I don't say heirloom, but you know, these little baby tomatoes that everybody likes so much. That look so adorable and cute. Boop. Maybe add a little bit more cilantro for presentation. You can really impress some peoples. Show them you got some skills. And there you have it, my friends. 2 bowls of poke. One is tuna, one is golden beets. Just absolutely delicious dishes. I know everybody's getting these pop-up poke places coming in now that serve these. Save yourself some time. I mean, and some money. These are super cheap to make. The rice costs nothing. Most of these ingredients and vegetables cost much and nothing. You get a lot more for what you're, buying out of the grocery store versus having somebody else make it. And it's super easy to make. Anyway, thanks again for watching. I hope you guys appreciated it. I know this was a short stream, but, not all the time does it have to be something long and crazy and drawn out. Next episode, my good friend Falchion would really like to see sisig. And I'm trying not to make this all a Filipino show, but I really like Filipino cuisine, and sisig is my jam. So for his birthday month, I'll go ahead and make some sisig for him. So tune in next time, and thanks again. I'm Plank over at He's Got a Knife. And like Falchion would say, I am Ghost. Have a good day.